In Nagaland BJP, with reports of several BJP workers expressing discontentment over NDPP BJP seat sharing formula for upcoming state election. Reports suggest that Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton also unhappy for being kept in dark over these arrangements. Nagaland BJP Timchan Imna Alung welcomes the seat-sharing formula between his party and NDPP for the forthcoming Nagaland Assembly elections. Imna Alung calls seat-sharing formula rejects upon ruling coalition's tireless endeavour to provide good governance to the people of Nagaland. Two-day Naga Solidarity Walk under the theme One People, One Destiny flagged off at Kohima's Lere Junction on Thursday morning. The walk to end at Maram later the evening, where the participants to take rest for the night and resume walk to Sinapati on day 2. Over allegations of disproportionate fund allocation under Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyagam scheme, Nagaland Minority Affairs Cell of Planning and Coordination Department denies state government receiving any funds from centre under the scheme. The cell claims that PMJVK scheme implemented till 2021 to 22 was only limited to Newland block. From 1st August 2022, recently formed Mukidima district to come under the purview of inner line permit. Accordingly, new rules every non-indigenous person entering the district need to abstain one IPL. Also, a non-indigenous person settled or entered on or after November 21, 1979 would require to obtain IPL within 90 days. Good afternoon, viewers to Nagaland TV. Welcome you all. Let's begin with detail now. It appears that not every party member of Bharatiya Janata Party is happy with the announcement of continuing with the 2018 seat sharing arrangement between NDPP and BJP for the 2023 Assembly elections. Some reports have surfaced that State Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton, a veteran BJP politician, has expressed displeasure over the fact that he was kept in dark before taking such important decision. According to several reports, the Deputy Chief Minister said that while the decision was the prerogative of BJP central leaders, yet state BJP workers should have been consulted before making such a decision. At the meantime, Paton termed the joint statement issued on Tuesday merely just a statement and that it did not project the final outcome of seat sharing, with around 6 to 7 months still remaining till the assembly polls. In addition, he stated that once he returns from Delhi, he will discuss this issue with state BJP workers. Meanwhile, it has been learned that several party workers are miffed that the announcement was signed by NDPP Secretary General Abu Mehta and strangely BJP in charge of Nagaland, Nalin Kohil. Expressing displeasure, they stated that instead it should have been signed by state BJP Chief Timchan Imna Alung. State BJP President Timchan Imna Alung welcomed the seat-sharing formula with it NDPP 40, BJP 20, which was announced by the convener of the North-East Democratic Alliance and Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma on Tuesday. Through a statement, Imna Alung expressed gratitude to BJP central leaders, asserting continuation of the alliance seat-sharing formula reflected upon the ruling coalition's tireless endeavour to provide good governance to the people of Nagaland. BJP and Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party had signed a partnership leading to the 2018 pull towards coalition of a new government. terming the decision as an escalating factor to deliver good governance under the able leadership of the Chief Minister Nipirio and Deputy Chief Minister Paton, assured to work tirelessly in order to execute the policies of the central government to its fullest potential. He also reaffirmed BJP state unit's commitment to uphold the joint declaration of both the parties with all sincerity. The Naga Solidarity Walk under the theme One People, One Destiny was flagged off today at Lirai Junction in Kohima at 6 a.m. While speaking to the crowd and addressing the partakers, advisor of the Global Naga Forum and the president of the Overseas Naga Association, Dr. Visire Sanyo, reminded them that all who are present at the walk are making history today. He added that they will be spoken of in generations to come as the people who are taking part in the walk represents Naga unity. Sanyu noted that in the past, Naga ancestors fought with guns, but violence has an expiry date. He continued by saying that those times have changed and the period of violence is now gone. He said that they want to fight for Nagas with full heart and love. Concluding his speech, Sanyu reminded the people that their work is for a purpose, and the purpose is to become one people and to defend Nagas and its history with the right spirit. Meanwhile, the president of the Southern Angami People's Organization welcomed all the participants and extended the fullest support and cooperation on behalf of all the Southern Angami villages. It is to be mentioned that the walk, which started today from Lirai Junction in Kohima, is set to end at Marham later in the evening, where the participants will take rest for the night and will continue on 29th July 2022 from Marham to Senapati. The organizers reminded the walkers that it is a peaceful walk and also requested them not to indulge in any form of violence. All efforts should be made to prevent any untoward incidents.
All of you who have come here are making history. Generations to come, your granddaughters and grandsons will say, my grandmother and grandfather took part in the work for Naga unity, for Naga solidarity. So you are making history. Naga family is deeply, deeply divided. But there is a time for everything, says the old book. A time to heal, a time to kill, a time to love, and a time to cry. This is the right time to come together to build our nation as one people for one destiny. In the past, our ancestors, our leaders fought to defend our land with guns. But violence has an expiry date, and that period is gone. Today, we want to fight for our people with our hearts, with our love. And as St. Francis says, if there is hatred, we will bring love in this work. If there is divisions, we will bring unity in this work. For it is in giving that we will receive, and in forgiving that we will be forgiven. I need not go further. The crisis that we are facing today, the hatred and the divisions and the killings among ourselves. But in this work, we want to show ourselves and the world that we are one people. And I believe this solidarity walk will enrapture our soul to do the right thing, and that we will get blessings from God for a people who loves our land so much. With this just one word, we want to say that we are working so that we can become one people, so that we defend our history and our land with the right spirit.
Regarding some misconceptions and confusion surrounding the Naga Solidarity Walk with the theme One People, One Destiny that got underway in Kohima on Thursday morning, the Global Naga Forum has issued a clarification. GNF in its clarification said that Solidarity Walk is organized solely to break the artificial barriers separating Nagas, and it has no apparent motive to disregard any organizations in any form. In its statement, the GNF said that the forum consists of like-minded people from all walks of life and different parts of the globe who share the vision and purpose of representing Naga story before the world and facilitate the journey of Naga struggle for human and indigenous rights. The forum further went on to say that it does not endorse or serve any political party or their vision. Neither the forum work as a mouthpiece of any political organization. On Wednesday, the Minority Affairs Cell Planning and Coordination Department clarified that the state government has not received any funds from Government of India under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyagram 2023 or disproportionate distributed such amount. This comes after the proposals submitted to the Government of India under the scheme for the year 2023 was widely circulated in the social media and print media. While clarifying, the department explained that the scheme that was being implemented till 2021 to 22 was only limited to the block of new land in Nagaland. But after the state government asked the central government to extend it to the entire state of Nagaland, and with the personal intervention of the Chief Minister Nipurio, the revised guidelines of the schemes make all districts of the state eligible for the scheme with effect from 2022 to 23. Meanwhile, in order to submit the consolidated plan for the state to the Government of India, the Minority Affairs Cell has requested the Deputy Commissioners for submission of projects for their respective districts for inclusion in the 5 years perspective plan 2022 to 26. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman informed in Lok Sabha that the Nagaland government's outstanding liabilities stood at rupees 15,620.8 crore as of March 2022. Furthermore, the reports are based on advanced budget estimate and the reports are to be further revised. In addition, the report also stated that the actual debt of the state government was rupees 13,836.1 crore at the end of March 2020, which has now increased by over 5% and reached 14,586.3 crore by March 2021. Again, by March 2022, the number increased by 7% and reached rupees 15,620.8 crore. Meanwhile, Tamil Nadu had the highest outstanding liabilities at rupees 6,59,868.9 crore, followed by Uttar Pradesh at rupees 6,53,307.5 crore and Maharashtra at rupees 6,08,999.7 crore. Amongst the northeastern states, Assam topped the list with rupees 1,07,000 2,719.5 crore, followed by Tripura at rupees 23,624.5 crore. As per a notification issued by Deputy Commissioner Chumukidima Abhinav Shivam, Chumukidima district will now come under the purview of ILP with effect from August 1, 2022. Every non-indigenous persons entering the district would be required to obtain an ILP in the same mode and manner as presently required for entering the ILP area of Nagaland and under the same condition as provided in the May 3, 2018 notification. Also, every non-indigenous person who had settled or had entered the district that was previously not covered under ILP before the last notification and on or after November 21, 1979, the day when Chumukidima was constituted as a tribal belt, would be required to obtain ILB within 90 days from the date of issue of the current notification. However, every non-indigenous person who had settled or had entered Chumukidima district prior to November 21, 1979, when ILP was not in force and had been staying continuously would be exempted along with his or her direct descendants from the requirement of having an ILP, subject to him or her producing evidence in the form of documents like name in the electoral roll, land property documents, house tax, name in the electoral roll of town committee, school records, trade license, etc. before the DC. The DC has urged Gaunburas and village council chairmen concerned to disseminate the information and ensure the enrollment of ILP for all non-local persons within their respective jurisdiction. Furthermore, the Chumukidima district administration will be carrying out regular verification or checking of ILP within the district. Nagaland Law Students Federation has informed that a seminar on issues confronting the state of Nagaland will be held on July 28 and 29 from 10 a.m. at Hotel Saramati in Dimapur. And LSA President Tohuka Achumi on Wednesday pointed out that it was time for everyone to educate themselves, and in this regard, the association planned to conduct the seminar to understand roles, needs, obstacles and reality faced by the society. He mentioned that students from Nagaland University have been invited to attend the two-day program, and if required, the association would adopt resolutions after consent from the students. Furthermore, NLSA also said that former Governor and Chief Minister Dr. S.C. Chamir will deliver a speech on role of apex student bodies then and now, while on the second day, Senior Citizens Association spokesperson IAS retired K.K. Sema will be delivering speech among others. As gun-related violence and accidents sees a peak increase within the state, 4 days after a youth pastor was shot dead, Dimapur district reported another untoward incident which is being condemned by Business Association of Nagas for indiscriminate shooting at the business premises of its Joint Secretary MAJ, retired Indian Army Vikoto Asumi on July 26. Allegedly, unknown miscreants had committed the crime at Naga shopping arcade, where shattered glass panel was found with a bullet hole on the shutter when the staffs of Asumi had gone to operate the store as on any other usual day. An FIR has been lodged at East Police Station Dimapur in connection with the case. BAN in its statement appealed to the police in charges to investigate the matter diligently, to nab the culprits and bring them to book at the earliest, and said unwarranted shooting in any business area would not only cause loss of property but endanger lives and compromise security of individuals. On the occasion of World Hepatitis Day, Shamator Noklak Battalion Assam Rifles conducted awareness on hepatitis at Assam Rifles Conference Hall in Noklak. The awareness program was conducted in coordination with Holy Angels High School, Noklak Town and Noklak District. It is to be mentioned that the awareness lecture was conducted by Medical Chief Officer Dr. Jacob Lalmal Som. CMO addressed the students and staff of the school and educated them about the different types of hepatitis such as hepatitis A, B, C, D and E, mode of transmission, its signs and symptoms and the complications. CMO Lalmal Som also laid emphasis on the preventive and precautionary measures on hepatitis, including the vitality of timely vaccination. While Assistant Headmaster of Holy Angels High School, Shiju, and all the teachers and students conveyed their gratitude to 14 Assam Rifles for educating them on hepatitis. On Wednesday, a lecture on Naga ancestral remains, repatriation and healing of the land was held at room number 3 at Kuda B village. Furthermore, renowned researcher and anthropologist Dr. Doli Kikon was invited as the speaker for the event. Speaking on the event, Dr. Doli called out Pitt Rivers Museum at Oxford, England for taking down human remains of Naga ancestors which were exhibited in the museum for more than a century during the lockdown in 2020. While terming this act as insensitive, she said that this highlights the violent history of colonialism and imperialism. In addition, she stated that this was a part of the museum's larger goal of decolonizing the museum. Meanwhile, she stated that the Pitt Rivers Museum possesses the largest Naga collection in the world. There are approximately 6,466 items comprising on human remains and non-human remains like textiles, baskets and jewelries. She also informed that the Forum for Naga Reconciliation was facilitator for the ongoing dialogue on the repatriation of Naga ancestral human remains. Furthermore, Dr. Doli encouraged Nagas to join the journey to bring back the ancestral human remains of Nagas. Former Chief Secretary of Nagaland, P. Tali passed away on Thursday morning. Condoling the demise of P. Tali Deputy Chief Minister Waipaton expressed sadness over the news and stated that Tali contributions and commitment towards the people throughout his illustrious life will continue to inspire others, and expressed his condolences to the bereaved family. Dimapur district reported a fire incident on Thursday around 12:38 a.m. at Kuda Sikel village, Nagarjun. According to information received, around 40 houses have been gutted down in fire, with cause of fire yet to be ascertained. No casualty has been reported till filling of the report. After the fire broke out, situation was brought under control as fire and emergency department team rushed to the spot and took prompt action to douse the fire. Nagaland on Wednesday witnessed 15 new COVID-19 cases. Notably, 11 new cases were reported in Dimapur. In Kohima, Dimapur, Mukokchung, Mon and Pek reported one each. It may be mentioned that the state's active case load stood at 99, while the death toll has increased to 763. Meanwhile, India logged 20,557 new COVID-19 cases and 44 COVID deaths in the last 24 hours. The government railway police stationed at Guwahati railway station seized 730 grams morphine worth rupees 70 lakh from the station on Wednesday. Furthermore, 2 people have been arrested in connection with the case and they have been identified as Rajesh Kumar Singh and Shrikant Singh. The 2 convicts were arrested from 20503 Rajdhani Express while they were on their way to New Delhi. It is to be noted that narcotics were concealed in corners of trolley bags and were meant to be transported from Dimapur to Lucknow. Meanwhile, in another operation, government railway police personnel arrested Bishal Singh from a New Delhi bound 123423 Rajdhani Express for carrying 200 foreign cigarettes bundles worth over rupees 4 lakh. On investigation, he revealed that he was on his way from Dimapur to Prayagraj to transport the product. The Itanagar bench of Guwahati High Court has granted interim anticipatory bail to Arunachal Pradesh BJP MLA Lokham Tasar in connection with a rape case. Notably, the woman had lodged a complaint with the Itanagar Women's Police Station on July 12, accusing the MLA, who represents Polo Riang constituency, of raping her. The interim bail was granted to the MLA on Tuesday on a bail bond of rupees 50,000. Meanwhile, the next hearing of the case has been listed for August 22. The court has asked for an up-to-date case diary on the same date. The interim anticipatory bail was granted on the basis of statements of witnesses and details of the conversation between the accused and the woman, and the disclosure by the investigating officer of the case that only the statements of the accused was left to be recorded. Furthermore, the lawyer of the accused argued that the MLA and the woman had consensual sex, and since the former had given just rupees 50,000, had not given rupees 50,000 demand, but the latter she had filed a false allegation against the accused. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh on Wednesday unveiled the 131st edition of Durand Cup 2022 trophies at City Convention Centre, Imphal. A first of its kind in Imphal State, Manipur will be hosting 10 group matches of Durand Cup from August 18 to September 5, 2022. Notably, Durand Cup is one of the oldest football tournaments in Asia and third oldest in the world. The tournament is named after its founder, Mortimer Durand, who served as Foreign Secretary of British India from 1884 to 1894. The 31st edition of the Cup will be played in Manipur, Assam and West Bengal. Earlier, the President's Cup, the Durand Cup and the Shimla Trophy arrived in Imphal, where the unveiling ceremony took place. So viewers, that's all we have at the moment. Let's meet again with more news and updates.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका